One of my favorite rappers passed away unexpectedly this past weekend. His music helped me get through the low points of this year, and years prior. Cause, an underground rapper from Brownsville, New York. He was known for his raspy voice, muted delivery, drumless beats, and his complex, poetic, and sometimes cryptic lyrics. He made thinking music, something that's meant to take the listener on a journey, so they can question the boundaries of good and evil, and maybe even question their own life experiences in the process. Obviously, this kind of music isn't a mass appeal commercial endeavor, but that's what made Cause so special. He never pursued a large club record. He stayed true to himself. So true, in fact, that he kept his job as a fire chief, even after finding success in the underground. He had a true desire to help and uplift people, which not only reflected in his music, but also in his career choice. Some may say a true artist. This got me thinking, as a game dev, why do we create games? Why do so many fail and then give up? What drives us as creators? Why do so many great devs keep releasing games, one financial failure after another, while others leave after one game of just moderate success? I think like all creative endeavors, it attracts a few different types of people. First, you have the profiteers. These are people who are chasing the hit. Now, these people aren't inherently bad or good. Some of my favorite games, such as Sonic, Street Fighter, and Time Splitters, are made by these kinds of people. However, I think these are some of the individuals who are likely to quit early on when the going gets tough. Or when they do release a game, they have higher expectations. Their measurement of success is based off of, could I have made more money doing something else using this time? If not, then it's successful. If they could have, then it was a waste. Some of them, when they don't hit their profit margins, they sometimes give things another shot, but usually they move on to the next profitable field. Then we have the dreamers. These are people who dream of making their dream game. Usually, these people are not very original, but instead, more or less, patch together a combination of multiple types of games, picking things that they like from multiple places. I'm sure you've seen them online. These are the solo devs who try to recreate GTA in Unity. They usually have a lot of passion early on, but burn out rather quickly. In the first month or two, you'll likely get daily updates from these sorts of people, as they knock out simple mechanics one by one. Though the moment they hit the wall, they give up. These are the abandoned projects that you hear about all the time, likely somewhere in your Discord. Sometimes these individuals do overlap with the next category, but not always. Then we have the ego developers. These are the people that do things to either boost their own ego or to get attention and admiration from others. Sometimes these people have a superiority complex or a holier-than-thou personality. They can have successful projects, but when they don't find success, they usually blame everyone else but themselves for their failures. They can be smart and skilled people. However, their heart is usually just in the wrong place. Their metric of success is the amount of positive attention that they receive. They like to be liked by other people, meaning the communities around their games drive their game development, sometimes leading to these individuals overpromising and taking in too many ideas. And the moment the crowd turns against them, they drop the project altogether. However, in some cases, they do eventually improve the project, and if you're really lucky, they eventually do add in the things that the players requested that they promised. Next, we have the people that have something to prove. They may be trying to prove something to themselves or to the world. These are the developers who built their own tools, sometimes their own engines, and in the extreme, their own languages. These people are usually passionate about the tech side of development. Sometimes they have a bit of an ego, but it's for a good reason. So many of them are usually the smartest person in the room. However, when they do have an ego, it makes a lot of people dislike them, and sometimes not purchase the game based off of their personality. These developers will continue to release projects, no matter what, but it won't always necessarily fall into the video game category. Then lastly, we have the artist. These are the people who create for the sake of creating. They can create fan games which make them no money. These are also the people that create mods, with the expectation of only receiving a thank you. These individuals are the types to work on their project during their spare time, while holding down part-time and full-time jobs, without the expectation of success. These games are usually niche, experimental, or quirky. This is where you get Papers, Please, Stardew Valley, and AM2R, along with other projects in that vein. All these games are hits in their own right. But finding that success doesn't mean that you're not an artist. Artists don't need to be starving in order to be artists. Sometimes they just get lucky and capture the attention of an audience. which brings them major financial success. However, most artists don't, so most artists have to measure success in other ways. Sometimes it's just about getting the game in the hands of a modest number of players, or it could just be about the positive feedback from the community. And sometimes it's just the act of completing the project. They don't care if the world notices. They notice, and they feel great about what they've birthed and given out to the world. Now, most developers fall into multiple categories. We're usually pieces of at least 2 or more. Personally, I'm largely an artist, but I still have commercial pursuits, as I would love to make games full-time and live off my work. Eventually. Plus, I can't forget about my own technical ego. I mean, why else would I create my own engine and level editor for HandCannon, besides proving to myself that I can do it? This is why finding a pure artist is so special. No concessions in their work, just their vision. No second guess of what they're doing to consider commercial viability, just their love, passion, and skills. Even if the financial success of my games never meets the requirements to do this full-time, I'd still make games. It's just the strategy and the avenue I use would look a bit different. However, we'd cross that bridge once we get there. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your time.